Haha. J Porks here. I know I've been a little busy working on this resist stuff, getting all these podcasts in order, fighting fascism. But today we're kicking it old school. We're going to talk about a little thing called music. This is Least Coast Radio.
Yes, you're all probably wishing for the days where I used to only talk about music, but things have gotten serious. The whole basis of this podcast used to be just trashing what music news websites for their clickbait nonsense. I got away from that. But Jay, you're not a journalist. I know, I'm a concert archiver. Showrunner, concert confessions, social media, meat puppets, Jay Porks podcast, Least Coast Radio.
Check. Hey yo, J Porks here. This is Least Coast Radio. This is a special edition of Dyze in Your House. We're gonna workshop a name. I'm thinking Dyze in Your Ears. But this is a Wacky Wednesday Snow Day edition of a little bit of Least Coast Radio. That's Least Coast Radio for the least heard voices. Now, if you were somebody who subscribed to Least Coast Radio on iTunes, on the podcast app, you would be someone who knew that at any point in time, things can pop up. Things can happen that are going to make me just hit record and come on this mic and fill you in with all the stuff I think you're missing out on. Now, I know that it's nothing but resist on the J Porks podcast, and it's nothing but resist on Least Coast Radio, and it still is. You have to resist. You have to. But I figured, you know what? If you guys are going to stick with me for all these podcasts and listen to me, then I'm going to do for once what you guys want me to do, and that's stay in my lane, as you say, and talk about music. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you a record I'm listening to. I'm going to run through the J Porks podcast Dyze in Your Ears March playlist. There's a monthly playlist that goes along with every podcast. Well, not every podcast. Every 4 podcasts would be the month. But every month, there's a companion playlist that goes along with the J Porks podcast and Dyze in Your House. Anything Least Coast Radio related, you can find me on Spotify, and I've always got a playlist going. So we're going to run through a record I'm listening to. We are going to run through the playlist, show you what's popping for March, and then I'm going to give you a little glimpse into the future, on the J Porks concert calendar. And that's powered by Concert Confessions. ConcertConfessions.com is the only place you'll find live music, news, and reviews for the fans by the fans. I almost gave it a different tagline by accident. Force of habit. Okay, you've heard me for weeks. For weeks I've been opening up the J Porks podcast using songs from the Screaming Females' new record. The Screaming Females have a new record out. It's called All at Once, and it's out on Don Giovanni Records. If you don't know about Screaming Females, they're like an indie band from New Brunswick, New Jersey, the slums of Jersey. No, but they're from around my way, up around the way, as they say. And Marissa Paternoster, I have to have that name in front of me because she's really good at the guitar. I don't want to come up with this scientific term, the way she, no, she's really good at making the songs. She's really good at plucking the strings. No, but seriously, they're a good band. They, I really don't know why they don't have more exposure than they do, and here's where I hope that the background music is going to replay. And it's not, so I'm just going to replay it again. There we go. I don't know why they've opened for Dinosaur Jr. They've opened for big bands before. And last year, or was it probably 2-3 years ago by now, Garbage released a Record Store Day single, Because the Night cover, the Patti Smith cover of the Bruce Springsteen written song that he gave away, because he gives away all his good songs, and that's why Bruce Springsteen's a fraud. So they did that, Garbage and Screaming Female. It was billed Garbage and Screaming Females, and they had a split 7-inch, and they released it on Record Store Day a couple of years ago, and they were touring, and you know, Marissa came out and shredded at Terminal 5. There's some great video from Terminal 5 in New York City of Marissa and Garbage wailing. And I mean, listen, the record, it just came out. I'm not really all, you know me, I'm not like new music guy. I don't usually like, hey, there's new music out and you need to hear it. But like, I mean, if you just go to spot, because you can't hear it anywhere else, because Don Giovanni is the record label they're on, Don Giovanni Records. I don't know what their deal is. They seem like a cool company that puts out indie bands, but, and they're very, you know, LGBT active and all that stuff, the record company, but you can't find anything for free on the internet in terms of the Screaming Females. Like, I tried to look on YouTube, nothing's there, only the stuff that they allow you to have, and stuff used to be on YouTube, like their AV Club sessions. I mentioned this on the podcast. They used to be on YouTube, and they're not anymore. And now they're released as an album. The AV Sessions. The AV Club Sessions. Alright, it's cool. You want to be an indie band, you gotta make some money. And I understand it. But they're on this is their 7th record in, like, a little over 10 years. They've released 7 records. And, I mean, I think it's about time they get some recognition. So, if you only have a couple of minutes, and you're saying to me, Jay, I can't go sit and listen to an album, let alone one they're billing as a double album. Even though it only has 15 songs, I don't know why they'd bill it as a double album. But, you know, if you only have a handful of songs to listen to, Agnes Martin would be one. I'll Make You Sorry would be the other. And the third one I opened up the podcast with earlier this week was, if I can get Spotify to scroll down, Step Outside. That's a guitar-driven, you know, good stuff right there. And I was actually, you know, this is how prepared I am for the podcast. I'm such a professional podcaster. And I was gonna, you know, go to their website and tell you if they had any tour dates, but I didn't open up the site before I hit record. So now I'm just, you know, talking and saying things, and hopefully, the show's page will load up, and I won't feel stupid anymore. Wow, they are touring. Wow, this is an old page. Okay. Let's make sure that this is... Now, the page... Oh, see, this is what I don't like about Biggie Smalls' beats. Who Shot Ya? It ends 2 minutes before the track is supposed to end. Doesn't make any sense. Okay. So the Screaming Females, I'm at their website now. I'm just gonna... The page that their website, that their tour dates are on, looks like it was typed up on a typewriter. So I'm gonna click one of these links to make sure that this is a working website. What is today's date? Today is March 21st. So I'm gonna click on April 4th at the Rock and Roll Hotel and see what they're doing. Is this real? Looks to be loading. This is fantastic. Yes. Yes, they are touring. Okay. Now I get to go through the tour dates with you. Screaming Females are on tour. And I didn't know about it because this record label is so small, man. They're so indie. Alright, so here we are. In April, because all the March tour dates are over. In April, the Screaming Females are hitting the East Coast. They are coming to the Rock and Roll Hotel in Washington, D.C. They're going to be at Union Transfer in Philly. They are going to be at the Market Hotel in Brooklyn, New York. They're going to be at the Space Ballroom in Hamden, Connecticut. They're going to be at AS220 in Providence, Rhode Island. They're going to be at Sue's in Rollinsford, New Hampshire. Apparently, Henry's favorite town. They're going to be at Space in Portland, Maine. Meat Puppets have played there. Be at Flywheel, East Hampton, Massachusetts. The Haunt, upstate Ithaca, New York, again, where the Meat Puppets have played. L Club in Detroit, Michigan. Christina, go check them out. The Grog Shop in Detroit. A plethora of fantastic bands have stopped through the Grog Shop. The Grog Shop. The Mothlight in Asheville, North Carolina. The Masquerade in Atlanta, Georgia. The Woolly in Gainesville, Florida. Adelaide Schnitman Hall. Wow. In Tallahassee. Casa in New Orleans. Barracuda in Austin. Dada in Dallas. Proud Larry's in Oxford, Missouri. Sluggos in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Terminal 5, May 1st. And folks, please transition me right to where I was going to go. Yes, it did. It did. You know what's another album that's out that I like? Or another album that's coming out what I've heard? The Breeders have new music out. That's right. The Breeders. Kim Deal, Kelly Deal, and co. They've got a new record out. Or it's coming out. I'm not quite sure if it's out yet. From what I've heard, it's good. The track or two I've heard. I have not listened to it as extensively as I listened to the Screaming Females one. But as I just clicked, on May 1st, the Screaming Females are at Terminal 5. You know who else is at Terminal 5? You know who else is at Terminal 5? The Breeders. The Breeders and the Screaming Females at Terminal 5, May 1st. So if that's not empowering, small bands, I'm not going to say women because Marissa's the only one who's a woman in the band. So yeah, let's empower her, but equal and stuff. And the background music ended again. Wouldn't you find that annoying? Next time I have a music podcast, I'm going to switch up the background music. I actually wanted to do that same beat. Oh, it's back? Psh, this is such nonsense. What was I supposed to do, a skit there? Okay. So May 1st, Terminal 5. And then they're going overseas. Okay. So all of those dates are in April. So if you've got some time in April, except for May 1st, obviously May 1st is not in April. If you got time in April and you're looking to see a show, I'm already looking at this Market Hotel show, but I'll be quite honest, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I don't know what the Market Hotel is. It's on Myrtle. It's sold out anyway. I can't get in. It's sold out. The Screaming Females are sold out a show a month from now where the tickets are $16. Okay, maybe I should stop complaining about the Screaming Females not getting recognition. Because if their show's going to be sold out, I'm with that. They're opening for the Breeders. They open for Garbage. With that. And I'm just going to double check the name of this Breeders record that I'm going to need to check out after this. But yeah, man. Now, I was going to go through the J-Pork's concert calendar later. And now, it turns out, we might be adding to that. And the Screaming Females. The Breeders' new record is called All Nerve. And the Breeders' All Nerve came out on March 2nd. So you can listen to that wherever on Apple Play, not Apple Play, Google Play, Apple Music. Pitchfork reviewed it, and in the one sentence little summary they have, it says, "It is smoothly confident with many moments of bliss, even as the lyrics evoke isolation, frustration, and scuzz." Sounds like typical Breeders action to me. Okay. So there's that, and those two bands will play together at Terminal 5 on May 1st, a show that I am now heck bent on getting in to see. So let's go over, I got some songs on a playlist, and I titled it Dyze in Your Ears, March, and in parentheses it's For Our Lives, because as you know, this Saturday is the March for Our Lives. It's a march for gun control, march for sensible acts on assault weapons, and it's happening in Washington, D.C. and all over the country in sister cities. So you should check that out. And that's why podcast playlist was titled that, and that's why Biggie Smalls, Who Shot Ya's on there, because yeah, it's a double-edged sword, whereas it's Who Shot Ya because Biggie died March 9th, and everybody celebrates Biggie Day. You know, Tupac was a way better rapper, but at the same time, it's Who Shot Ya. It's the song with the gun in it. So there's that. There's also a couple of Screaming Females tracks on there. Couple of Screaming Females tracks in there. You might hear that every couple of minutes I move away from the microphone and I have to go to the other side of the room. My cat comes in and I don't know if he's happy that I'm doing a music podcast or if he finds it annoying, but I mean, he's in and out. He's not happy about it. Anyway, Agnes Martin is the Screaming Female song, and I've got Happy Hour Acoustic by Weezer on here. Weezer, without a doubt, highest point of their career right now. They are soaring. And guys, I'll put it on the notes. There is a performance, Rivers Cuomo live at the hi-hat. Live at the hi-hat in California. I think it's in California. Anyway, where he's solo and he's doing covers and stuff, and it's fantastic, man. Rivers Cuomo is awesome. So you gotta check it out. It's awesome, and it's like, see, this is why we need someone taping shows. You know what I'm saying? I understand that we can't have everybody on their phones, but you need to. Can we have one professional taper in every concert, documenting this, putting it on YouTube? It's not, you know, sometimes people gotta work, and they can't go. You know, they can't go to the show. Got some L7 on this playlist. I came back to bitch. L7's as poppin' as they ever were. I've got Jack White Corporation. Let me tell you something about all these Jack White songs I've been listening to recently. My girlfriend's gonna love to hear this. Jack White. I mean, I'm not at all impressed with any new music that comes out from Jack White. I've tried it like 3 times now. I've tried to use a Jack White song as like an intro, or like I've tried to listen to it as like, you know, when I'm brushing my teeth or in the shower or something. I throw it on a playlist to try to see, okay, maybe if I can organically listen to this song, maybe it'll be good. It never is. I mean, these recent ones, they're not. They're not. And it's just, it's bad. And I don't like it at all. Got Vance Joy on here, Call Me If You Need Me. Again, not the biggest fan of that song, but you know what? It's not bad. I've heard worse songs, so I put it on the playlist. And this is stuff that, you know, I've got 2 versions of Foster the People sitting next to me on here. I probably like that song the first 3 times I heard it. Screaming Females on here again with I'll Make You Sorry. Also, if you want to get into the hip-hop world, if you want to get into hippity-hop, I'll tell you what you can do. You can put the top down. New DJ Khaled, Future, and Beyonce, if I'm correct. Top off, I'm sorry. I said top down. I meant top off. And let me just say a sentence I never thought I'd say. Beyonce's verse on the song, not so bad. Not so bad. I've got Joywave, Doubt on here. I've got Logic, Warm It Up. So, I mean, if it's off that Bobby Tarantino too. So, I mean, people like Logic. I just, you know, I smoke cigarettes, so whenever I see Logic, I think he's making that face at me. By the way, I did see one anti-smoking commercial that might actually work. The one where the person's like, I see the looks people give me. I know, you know, it's a bad habit. I know how it smells like, where the guy's like walking around depressed because everyone who doesn't smoke constantly harasses him about smoking. Yeah, that's how I feel. At least that's what, don't show me a lung. That's not gonna make me feel better. That's not gonna make me want to quit. That just makes me get more mad at you. But now you showed someone relatable, someone I could sympathize with. Let's go. Anyway, so every time I listen to Logic, I think about, you know, I can't have a cigarette while a Logic song is on. And, you know, I have to pause my permanent suicidal thoughts. So there's that. It's not funny. I'm not trying to make a joke about the suicide hotline. If you need help, you need to get it. You should get it. You should seek help. Everyone's here to help you. I'm here to help you. Let me know. Also, I got Blue October. I hope you're happy on here. My dad texted me that song. He's like, you'll like this. I said, okay. Also, Muse, Thought Contagion. Yeah, I know you're thinking that's a little mainstream for me, but it's a really good song. I don't mind Muse. Muse is Muse. They're like, that's what they are. Well, now, what Muse is doing, I'm not going to listen to 10 bands that do that. You know, Muse is going to be the band I listen to that does that stuff. The voice stuff, the guitar stuff. As my cat is in my closet, jumping on things. That's a little bit of the J-Pork's Spotify Dyze in Your Ears March playlist. As my cat rummages around my closet. Before I go, I'm going to give you the J-Pork's concert calendar. These are concerts that tickets are purchased for that I will be attending and that you will be hearing about at concertconfessions.com. That's live music, news, and reviews for the fans, by the fans. So, in chronological order, on 420, most people turn on Bob Marley and the Wailers. Most people chill on 420. Most people watch Half-Baked. They watch How High. Listen to Wu-Tang. Not me. Not me, my friends. What I'm going to be doing on 420 is seeing The Darkness at Brooklyn Steel. The Darkness put out an album a couple of months ago. It's pretty good. I mean, the songs I've heard are good. The songs I've played it. The songs I've used for my intro on my podcast I like. So I know there's one or two of them. At least it's gonna be a fun night because it's a Friday. It's 420. Now I don't know really what that means. Because I mean, the same behavior that is exhibited on 420 may or may not be behavior that I exhibit every day. But again, I don't know what that is. I don't know the hip kid lingo. I don't know what that is. 420. It's just a date. It's just a date on the calendar. Beats me. But anyway, The Darkness. Brooklyn Steel. I've never been to Brooklyn Steel. It's near the Brooklyn Bowl. It's in that same area. So expect to hear about me coming home at 2:30 in the morning, angry about the choices I've made in life. Good pause there. Also, okay, and then we're gonna hit a summertime show. That's what we're gonna do. And I'm going to check my actual real life calendar because I don't remember if this is in June or July. Okay, on July 21st, first guess. We will be at the BB&T Pavilion. That's me and my lovely girlfriend Amanda. We will be there supporting Weezer and the Pixies together. That's right. Weezer and the Pixies are touring, and we're gonna see them. No lawn seats. I got seats. BB&T Pavilion, Camden, New Jersey. That's Saturday, July 21st. And you can expect all sorts of coverage coming out of that, courtesy of your favorite porker, me, J-Porks. And there's also something else purchased. I mean, I don't know if you think this is a big deal or not. I don't know what your feelings are on the scenario. Where is it? I can't find it now. This is a very loose podcast here. I'm not really concerned with being that professional here. Anyway, alright, I'm going to see Childish Gambino in September, and I can't find the date on my calendar, and it's really annoying me. Like, Anyway, Childish Gambino is gonna tour. He's going to tour as Childish Gambino. I know he said he was retiring the name, but I can't possibly see a way where he sings for 2 hours on Redbone stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know for a fact that there's gonna be some rap involved here, and it's gonna be fun. And I don't know. I thought he was retiring the name. So therefore, it would have gone down in history on June 23rd, 2012, me seeing Childish Gambino in Central Park on a savage evening that had some weird rain. There was a lot of questionable characters in Central Park. There was Schoolboy Q. But no, I get to see Childish Gambino. I believe it's in Philly. Again, can't find it in my calendar. So I can't tell you like anything about it really. Besides that it's gonna be fun. And it's gonna be another concert along with, you know, Weezer and the Pixies that should attract a lot of eyeballs to concertconfessions.com. All because of the simple reason that, you know, Childish Gambino going on tour is something that people probably didn't think was gonna happen again. So now that it is happening again, it's gonna be lit. Hopefully the new season of Atlanta's out by then. Be fun. Okay, so, are you happy? Are you happy I talked about music for a little while? I even did a new intro. The new intro took me longer to do than the entirety of this podcast, converting it to video and uploading it to YouTube. So, please appreciate that. The Mind Right beat? Clue? It's pretty lit, right? Alright, I'm out of here. But before I go, I'm going to just remind you to please keep it locked to Least Coast Radio on iTunes. Just search it. Least Coast Radio. Look for Dyze in Your House. That's my weekly podcast that is shorter, and it's on my own network. Also, every Monday, you keep a lookout for the J Porks podcast at andydare.com. And that's how you'll basically keep in touch. If you keep it locked with those three things, you'll be able to hear J Porks at every turn, at every opportunity you need him, you will get him. Because I love you. And I'm here for you. I'm here to deliver. Even though I don't work at Pizza Hut anymore. And I don't know how to drive. And I don't know how that analogy would have worked. Either way. Okay. Also, please, everybody, go to concertconfessions.com. Follow it on Twitter at concertconfess. There's a lot of cool stuff coming on. If you got concert experiences, you want to join our family, you can come and you can do that. And you know what? In the future, this music podcast, you know, listen, like the music version of my podcast, which I will try to get out once a month. If you guys are nice to me, I'll be nice to you. If you guys listen to my podcast and you engage and you pretend that you care about what I'm saying, every month I'll talk about music. Just show me that you didn't ignore me. Show me you didn't hide me on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? But you'll get one of these, and listen, there's not always going to be albums I like. That's not how J Porks operates. Not in the slightest how J Porks operates. But there will most certainly always be concert confessions. Whether that's the concert calendar looking forward, or whether that's looking back. I gotta be honest. I was looking back in the archives, reading up on like shows I've been to, and I've had some fun. I've had some real fun. I've had some real not fun. But you know, we can get into it. We can spend, you know, a whole podcast to how do you know that I don't have a series already recorded? How do you know that I haven't recorded 10 From the Vault concert confession podcasts? How do you know that that's not a thing? I have a snow day. I'm off all day. So as happy everybody. Happy spring as snow falls 2 inches an hour here in New York City. Don't tell me that the climate's not changing. Okay. Least Coast Radio. You have to subscribe. This is the most important thing right now, is building listenership for the J Porks podcast. Building listenership for Dyze in Your House. Building listenership for the Wacky Wednesday edition of Dyze in Your Ears. Music madness. Tell your friends. Listen, if you don't agree with all my resisting, if I'm sitting here fighting a fascist government, a fascist regime that is making it okay to just kick the rule of law to the side, if you don't like me talking about that, then just listen to my voice. I've had people tell me that I can read recipes and make money. Also, is there any way I could send it? Could someone send my voice to like a voiceover agency and like hook that up? Like, I have dreams, but I'm not good at like, putting the pieces together. I need people to do things for me. Okay. Also, music-wise, guys, go download. There's an app called Station Head. Station Head is an app that apparently links up with your Spotify. It links up with your Spotify or your Apple Music. And you know what? I'm just closing this. It links up with your Spotify or your Apple Music. And you're able to have a radio station going. Basically. That, according to what I've been told, according to downloading the app and what I've read, I know that they're a startup, and I know that their headquarters, they're moving to a bigger headquarters. So if they're moving to a bigger headquarters, chances are that they are going to be rising up in stature. So Station Head, check that out, and you can look for me on there, Dyze in your house, and I'm gonna try to get radio going, probably now. So this is coming to you, Wacky Wednesday, Dyze in your house on Least Coast Radio.